The whole of Portmore and the whole of St. James. Remember we, when we're gone, we live forever.
First and foremost, free the whole world, boss. I am your gracious host, Caspian Montgomery. Welcome, Gaza Nation, to another episode of the Vybz Kartel Show. Today, we will be explaining the instant classic Any Weather to the patois illiterate. This song is produced by Shabadon Records and it is wonderful. I am totally amazed by it, but I must show you, Gaza Nation, this cup that Don Ritchie sent me. This is UK Gaza Nation, and look, it has my name on it. The name, the moniker that the boss himself gave to me, Caspian Mont Gaza, and we, as Gaza Nation, are the undisputed champions, and this is the only cup that I will be drinking my Hennessy from now on. So if you would like your very own undisputed champion cup, then I will put it on screen, his IG. It is the real Don Ritchie, but I believe it is Don Ritchie Recordings. I will put it up on screen. So without further ado, teacher, please begin.
Me fi have a chopper, watch it a propeller. Me house fi have elevator, not a ladder. Daddy say son, them a tell we say no better. No they but I like that, blessing a forever.
Ardy, the innocent, begins the first verse by letting us know that he has a chopper, which is a nickname for an automatic firearm. And then he says, watch it propeller. And that is a metaphor because a chopper is also the nickname for a helicopter. And he's saying, watch it propeller, watch it fire rounds at a rapid pace. And then he says that his house has an elevator in it, not a ladder. And I expect nothing less than the best for the boss of all bosses. His house is probably draped with the finest materials. And then he says that his daddy told him that when he was younger, this is the best it gets. The powers that be have told us that we will not excel in life past this point, but it was a lie to Vybz Kartel because Vybz Kartel's blessings are forever. He is a living legend. He knows how to make money, how to create businesses. He is a very, very special person on this earth. He is a gift to the whole world.
Mummy say sonny, no bother with the copper. Me never listen, but it never matter. From you is a ghetto, you them a few as a shatter. My badness and my mother prayer make me die.
One Don then tells us that his mother told him from a very young age, do not get in any verbal altercations, do not even bother with police officers. But he never listened, and it did not matter even if he did take heed to his mother's warning, because if you are born a ghetto youth, you are automatically painted as a villain, as a shotter, as a bad man. So he had no say in the matter, and I find it very disturbing that this still goes on to this day. If you come from a certain environment, you are automatically painted as a bad person, and you have to fight your whole life to change that image. And then he says his badness, mixed with his mother's prayers, are what made him the man he is today. Well balanced, the yin and the yang. And with that last line, we have reached the glorious Any Weather chorus.
We not going under. I'll get on you, get your money longer. Ready, broke pocket now work. Straight from the narrow now, make no ram turn. Petty cheddar, money maker any weather. Perry treasure, dig it up out with the leather. Petty cheddar, money maker any weather. Perry treasure, dig it up out with the leather.
The boss of all bosses never ceases to amaze me. This chorus is just breathtaking. I can feel the soul in it. He begins by telling us that you will never go under, Gaza nation will never go under. We will never fail. All ghetto youth, make your money longer. Continue the hustle. Never give up. Always create a side hustle. Continue making money by any means necessary, because broke pockets does not work. Money, sadly, is everything in this world. It is a way to gain freedom, to gain power, to just become your own person. So always work towards that goal. And then he says, you must stay upon the straight and narrow. Do not take a wrong turn on the road, because it could end up deadly. So get your cheddar, get the money. Make the money in any weather. Have that mentality, have that frame of mind always. If there's buried treasure, you must dig it up, grab a ladder, do whatever you have to get the money. That is quite the metaphor. He's saying that sometimes it is tough to make money, but where there is a will, there is a way. So you must find out your hustle, what you are good at, and then you must work every single day to achieve that goal. Just an amazing chorus, and this video, I just can't say enough about it. I Am Bling Bling, she is so talented and lovely. What a director, what a filmographer. She is just amazing. I love her videos, and this one, I beg you to go watch the whole video. I could do a whole separate video on this video because of the story that was told behind it, but I do love the adult women with the kids in it, and you think what's going on at first, but when you find out the ending, then you realize, oh, this was just a teenage boy's dream, and I don't want to spoil it anymore for you. Bravo, I Am Bling Bling. Bravo, Shabadon, and bravo to the king of the dancehall.
Me bank book, I'm a weed at the same. Me not a feel look, me just stop at any branch. On a spliff with a buckle of Guinness and a black hands. Matic in a hand, when you see me, you see.
Our great Gaza leader begins the second and final verse by telling us that his weed and his bank book are the same. So listen to this next line. He says he does not have to look for marijuana or money. He can just stop by at any branch. And we all know buds grow off branches, and banks have branches. So just another genius line from the most legendary lyricist the world has ever known. And then he says he's going to burn a spliff. He's going to smoke some marijuana, have a drink, a nice Guinness, a bottle of Guinness, and then he says, I believe it says black ants is the reference, and if someone in Gaza Nation would like to correct me, I do not know what the black ants reference means. And then he says he has a mattock in his hand, so when you see him, and then the line cuts out. And I do hope when he is free from his wrongful incarceration, these lines will someday be let out to the public. But for now, we just have to guess what that next line would be.
Conspiracy for millions, flanker. Make we get the gold, rest them with the brands. Archie take everything, only at the plan. Blueprint for me and Shabada. Clean the van.
World Boss then says that there's a conspiracy to make millions in Flankers, which is in Montego Bay. They have a plan to make millions. Conspiracies are not always a bad thing. And then he says, we will get the gold and we will leave the rest of the competition with the bronze. Think of that. He will not even leave them in second place. They will have to have third place. Well, he will celebrate all the spoils of winning. And then he says he is the architect of everything, and I do believe that is a true statement, because he is basically the architect of the current state of dancehall, and money is the plan. He wants to bring money to the ghetto youth of Jamaica, and the blueprint is in his hand. And then he shouts out the up-and-coming, soon-to-be legend, Shabadon, the producer. And then he says, Glendavon, which is in St. James. We all know that Vybz Kartel loves his country and always represents all parts of it. And with that last line, we've reached the end of another Vybz Kartel masterpiece. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell so you do not miss an episode. Thank you, Gaza Nation, and please, I just must show you again this cup. I just love it. Shout out to Mr. Pendergrass, Dawn Ritchie, Melio Sounds, all of the UK Gaza. This is just a prize to me, and I cherish it, and I will have another sip of Hennessy in celebration of another smash hit from Vybz Kartel. I will not take up any more of your time, so until we meet again, it is Gaza me say forever.
We not going under. I'll get on you, get your money longer. Ready, broke pocket now work. Straight from the narrow now, make no wrong turn. Get the cheddar, money maker any weather. Perry treasure, dig it up out with the leather. Get the cheddar, money maker any weather. Perry treasure, dig it up out with the leather.